have no reason in the world to camouflage and be who you want me to be.
Can't do it.
Because I'm reminded that he that has begun a good work in me, he shall perform. And if you look back at one of the greatest presidents of the United States, he never gave up. I'm going to pause right here for a quick commercial. He failed in business in 1831. He was defeated for legislature in 1832. He was second failure in business in 1833. He suffered nervous breakdowns in 1836. He was defeated for speaker in 1838. He was defeated for elector in 1840. Do you know who this is? He was defeated for Congress in 1843 and twice in 1848. He was defeated for Senate in 1855. He was defeated for Vice President in 1856. He was defeated for Senate in 1858. But that's not how his story ended. Surely defeat thought he had him, his breakdown thought it was good enough failure. It was all around him. But in 1860, somebody say 1860.
1860.
This man by the name of Abraham Lincoln was elected president of the United States of America. Not only that, but he was responsible for writing the Emancipation Proclamation so that the all-black slaves could be free. This man right here, he went through many obstacles and many situations. And although we are at a point in our lives, young people, we have to realize this is the new service. We have to realize that come with me, I will give God everything I got. I will no longer walk around defeated, but I will say I am victorious by the blood of the Lamb. Some of you may not have understood that history, so let me Jesus-ize it for you. He was born in a manger. He was despised and rejected. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. He was mocked. He was forsaken. He was sold for 30 pieces of silver by one of his homeboys. He was sent to court and sentenced to death. He was denied 3 times by one of his other homeboys. They hung him high and they stretched him wide. And he hung his head for me. He died. He did just that for you and for me. But yet we were sinners. Christ, he died for us. But that's not how the story ends. He went down into hell and took the keys from Satan. He took them so that we could be free and have life more abundantly. From everything that's not like him to be free. And here's my favorite part about this story is that he got up early one Sunday morning with all power in his hands. I'm reminded of the song that the old folks used to sing. They said, I'm free, praise the Lord, I'm free. They said, no longer bound, no more chains are holding me.
There you go.
So glad that Christ is free today. Is there anybody in this section that's free? He didn't sit it on high, he is now sitting at the right hand of the Father. Some of you may have been at that point in your life where you feel like nothing is going on. You feel like God has forsaken you. You have struggled with so many things in your life. You struggled with lying, you struggled with stealing, you struggled with rape and molestation, homosexuality. Your heart has been broken. Your friends have walked out on you. Your mother wasn't there for you. Your father wasn't there. Dreams are still dreams. Businesses have failed. You've lost your house and you've lost your job. You've even lost your car. Depression has come into your life. Suicide has come into your life. Early pregnancies have come into your life. And so much more has tried to take you out.
Try to take me out. Oh, Jesus.
It's trying to take me out. But then I can talk to you young people for a minute that every time the enemy may try to take you out, the more that you realize your purpose, the more that you realize that God is for me, who can be against me, it is at that point in time that you can become triumphant. It is reality that we serve a champion God. And the fact of the matter is that